After completion of this video, you'll be able to explain how files are named in a BIM project, create a naming standard in a common data environment, and assign a naming standard to folders and files within a common data environment. Common data environments, such as Autodesk Construction Cloud, offer advanced tools to ensure files follow naming standards. You can apply naming standards to project files to ensure consistency and avoid confusion across teams. This forces everyone uploading a file to name it correctly before it's made available to anyone else. As a project administrator, apply a naming standard to a project folder by clicking Settings in the top right and click Naming Standards. There are no naming standards set up in the project yet. To create a naming standard, click Create Naming Standard and click from ISO 19650 template. To edit the template, click Create from Template. If you've created attributes manually, you may have to click Resolve to resolve any duplicate attributes. Standards are continually updating and are interpreted differently by different companies and teams. Usually, everyone works to the same process specified by the lead appointed party, and if the lead appointed party has multiple projects, then they will use the same interpretation and language. Some countries have overcome this by publishing their own national annex at the end of the standard, providing examples of these processes. For example, in this project, the UK annex suggests 7 fields are used to name a file: project, originator, functional breakdown instead of volume, spatial breakdown instead of level, form instead of type, discipline instead of role, and number remains the same. And while the terminology may differ on other projects, all that matters is that everyone working together in this project uses the same process and terminology, and that is fully explained in the BIM execution plan. Using the naming example as provided here, which defines how files should be named in this project, while there are 7 fields, they are named slightly differently. Project number, while it is named correctly, select Edit Attribute Details and add the description project code identifying this project. Edit the character length to fixed and 6. And edit the character type to alphanumeric so that it accepts both text and numbers. If anyone attempts to upload a file with a project number that doesn't conform, it will be quarantined until the proper code is added or the file removed. Your project code for this project will be PRJ001 as defined in the handout. Click Save to save the edits to the attribute. The originator field is also correctly named. However, clicking Edit Attribute Details reveals that no originator has been set up. The originator is the creator of this information or file. Each of the companies involved should have an identifier code. Looking at the information provided, each field should contain all of the information as listed. To do this, click Add Value and enter CON in the Value field and Contractor in the Description field. Then again, click Add Value to add the other companies: ARC for the architectural company, STR for the structural company, and MEP for the mechanical, electrical and plumbing company. And you can continue the process to add every stakeholder and company involved in the project as listed. Click Save to save the edits to the attribute. The next field is out of date with the ISO standards. Click on the title for volume, click Edit Attribute Details and rename this field Functional Breakdown. The Functional Breakdown is the up-to-date title for the field containing the information such as what volume the information relates to. ZZ, meaning all volumes, this would indicate the information hasn't been split into different buildings or parts of buildings and contains information relating to the entire project. XX, meaning no volumes, or the information could be a report, a PowerPoint presentation and doesn't contain information specifically containing part of the project. Add the options as provided. O1 for Volume 1, meaning this file only contains information relating to Volume 1, and O2 for Volume 2. Click Save to finish editing the attribute. The level field is also out of date with ISO 19650 terminology. Click on the title for the field and click Edit Attribute Details. Rename this field Spatial Breakdown if the file relates to a specific level, all levels, or again, like in the case of a PowerPoint file, no levels. Adhering to the information provided, add a new foundation level to the existing list by clicking Add Value, enter F1 as a level name, and add Foundation as a description. And add another level for Roof, naming it R1 and Roof Level in the description. Click Save to finish editing the attribute. Continue this process to update all of the fields to current standards. Rename the Type field to Form. This field communicates the type of information in the file. Is the file a native 3D model file, such as a Revit model, in which case M3? Has it been exported from Revit? That would be indicated by using MR as a form. Is it a drawing, or is it a list-based report? Rename DR Drawing Rendition to Drawing and use DG as the value. Continue and add every field code and type listed. Click Save to finish editing the attribute. Rename the Role field to Discipline. What discipline does the information relate to? Ensuring Architectural is A. Structural is S. And Contractor is W. Click Save to finish editing the attribute. The final field, number, is correct as it is and does not need to be edited. This field allows multiple files to be created, such as multiple floor plans of the base level of the project. Underneath the naming convention, scroll down to find Status Code, Revision, and Classification Metadata section. Here the template has already populated the fields, so using this tool, there's no need to manually create attributes. However, click Edit and look at the options available and edit if needed. This time, they match what you need. Click Save and save this as a new up-to-date naming standard. In the Naming Standards section, click Select Folders to apply this new standard to the folders and files contained within them. If you select the Project folder, this standard will be applied to this and every subfolder within it. However, so that you can see the difference when working in folders with or without naming standards, click to select one of the company-specific folders, like Lead Appointed Party. Click Save to finalise the application of the standard, and returning to the files in the Docs area, notice how the Lead Appointed Party now has a symbol next to the folder. This identifies which folders have naming standards applied.